what? 4-1, eh?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
back one, eh?
Yeah.
Back one.
Back one?
Yeah, 4-1.
Yeah, and I say I 4 will be. Yeah, bring another one, yeah. Keep it.
Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread
Yeah.
and wear our own apparel.
Even in that time,
Only let us be called by thy name to take away
they
our
don't
reproach.
understand the word of what? A man of the Lord. Even because it are plenty of women if you watch the video, and they themselves has been coming both scoffing and so forth. Right? In that time, in time of pain and tribulation, and understand how precious a man is. Especially a man of the Lord. So they will do what? They come to seek you out. And that happening on the side. You understand? For the men that are teaching that, and that is in the kingdom alone. So that happening on the side. You understand? So continuing, it says strengthening relation. So going on, it says rebellion instinct. There is an innate human drive to regroup, reorganize, and rebuild society after devastation, as seen throughout history following major conflicts or natural disasters. They're going to build a mark in this. The Lord tell them they will build,
And I will show
you will what? You will throw down, you will destroy. You know? It's not come and work after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even what will happen to East or Edom, what will happen to America, you see that they will try to put bomb.
Take balm.
Yeah, take balm.
On the soul,
Yeah.
yeah.
If so, may she be healed.
The way they use balm to what? To heal a wound.
Yeah, balm is an ointment.
As
to
an ointment.
ease,
Yeah. Ease
to
pain, to heal.
What balm is.
Yeah.
Like tiger balm. Tiger balm is what a muscle.
Yeah.
Like to ease when your muscle contract too much and harden. Tiger balm. Balm is an ointment to ease pain. That's what it is.
And we're using our pain to come. Right? It says, so now we head down to self-preservation and conflict. Right? So it say primal instincts. The primary human priority in a life-threatening situation is survival. So they become to one on. Solo dolo. Right? It's a which can override normal moral codes and ethics.
Normal moral codes and ethics, and I think this is our society.
Going into the second,
I wouldn't.
I
I wouldn't watch a man have a nice vehicle and try to take it from him. Because my moral code and ethics say, well, I don't know what he do for me, I know what he sacrifice. Like me. You know what I mean? Like my own. And next man don't mind it, but he should that I want that and go and take it. But in that time, what is it? It will, moral codes and ethics will be what?
It's gone.
Gone.
It's gone.
So the normal moral standard of assisting an elderly, helping the blind, seeing somebody who lame, you know, assisting the elderly. They want to go in the grocery, they want to reach across the road. If they had that no more, they'll be trampled and trodden. You understand?
And when we go on the 16 here, you will understand how the moral codes and ethics it will go. Everyone for the survival, when the scripture mentioned that they go run in a man's house. Take what he have.
Survival
of the fittest. So let's go on it. Let's go back before while we go on 16, I'll just bring on more in the
No problem,
you understand?
Yeah.
So it's the 2nd verse 16 and verse 18. Going back to verse 18, you see the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear.
The power shall stand in fear, you know. But the people who ruling, who starting wars, they are not going to be fighting. Because it's going to be overwhelming. What we going to do? This country has 18 million people. What we going to tell them? You know what I mean? For example, we lovely, honorable Prime Minister, our entire military force mobilized in one day, and you will come on national TV to say you are not number.
Or for example, America, the soldiers down here right now, doing military exercises, talking about the fighting crime. But the government uses that excuse to say it's for crime. We know it's not for crime. That's not the purpose of why the military exercise is taking place. That's not the purpose of, or the reason why it's taking place.
It's too much of a coincidence.
Yeah.
What went on last year and the year before that?
Yeah, we had a record breaking.
We break the record for we one time twice. Back to back.
This might
And
be
now you come.
Yeah, this might be the first year, right? The first year that our crime actually lower than the previous year, right? But now we're coming.
Right, because the place just hard.
Yeah, and I know
And
that's
because
because of the presence that also here as well. He saw down here. When he saw in the country, Jacob's behaving. Jacob be no we see now it does have the killers and so forth still, but Jacob's behave. Right now I hear somebody complaining the other day. They said drugs hard to get in the island right now.
I know we going on, boy.
Yeah.
Them worship on them.
Yeah.
Exactly. They feel it. But they go only feel it for about that time before the result or what?
Survival of the fittest, survival of the fittest, yeah.
That's all.
So it's now I said the beginning of wars, and now sometimes you might see my draw in the video, you might see my draw for the food, and that is because I just checking up on the news. So while we're talking, it's to bring stuff. Because right now, as we're speaking here, talking about one war to take place in Venezuela and America, China send their ships right now in the sea at Japan because the tensions are very high right now. If you keep it up in the past few days, the tensions are very high with China, Taiwan, and Japan. Right? It's very high. Yesterday, America also sent some planes to actually show some sort of support because China, right now, China ain't playing. China only move. If all they show it down, I just show the kind of powerhouse. The should have mentioned the Greek shall say the strong.
Yeah,
these nations, if you go back in history, Japan once dominated China, was causing great massacre. Go and look up the atrocities that Japan did. Now China has switched it up, right? And watch what's going on now. And China already said, oh, well, we're not playing with none of all that. Because China far beyond what it is these other countries are. So let China tell Taiwan here what's going on. All that be in line. All it is we own. And we come and take all the back as we want because Taiwan want to go to America. Why?
You don't like that?
Why? Yeah, and no, they even tell them I know. Tell them I thought it have no in between. The straight here. That is we own, it have no in between. We not telling all that. We want all that, we come in. And that is the scriptures mentioned. The scriptures mentioned our wars. Not just one thing. That I see that's the basis of it. We need that's why even this president of Norway say we need the world is in a time of war, uncertainty. They don't know what's next. We don't know what's next, and the years she called the years of all the previous wars. She said this is the time that we're in, meaning that she literally telling you that we're going entering into our what? To our war time, right? So it's the beginning of evils. What shall I do when this evil shall come? And I question, or you remember that question? I say, what shall I do, right? So say, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from the wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
For all these things we're going on. The word amendment means what? Correction. Right? All these things are sent for correction. And for all these things they will turn from the wickedness. You know? They had so set in its way to go astray, to do folly.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Do everything that's inconvenient.
You know? That is great. Because I don't think about a turn, but I'm sure maybe they can hear the noise in the background. One person somebody doing everything
Going astray. Folly.
Folly.
You know what I mean? Now they focus on
The
party going on.
Party going on. The passing the
Party going on, they might not live to see tomorrow.
Yeah.
Party going on. Famine could hit if I'm a soldier now. You know what I mean? They could have no food on the shelves in the morning. You know what I mean? Tomorrow in school. You know what I mean? You might pull up to look and your whole work building in flames, in shambles. Understand? But you was too drunk or high, wherever you like to be alert, to be aware. That's why the scripture says what? Watch and pray. Be sober minded.
Sober minded.
Watch and pray.
We are not the children of the dark, but the children of what? The light. You understand? And that's what I rightly say. And the scripture says to do what? You have to be on watch. Always taking heed. The scriptures mentioned it say not Ezra, sorry. It say Surak say what? To always be occupied in prophecies, and that's how it's supposed to be. You're always supposed to be occupied in it. Just that's what the brother mentioned. Party going on. You feel these people are the pay mind? You feel these people know that even Venezuela officials for the past 2 days, right? Which is Saturday, Friday. From Friday night, Venezuela officials was actually putting out information that, hey, it's coming soon. Meaning that America is going to attack them soon. They're already putting out the information. But you feel Trinidadians paying attention to that? Their mindset so far gone. But they will only know when paying to that. They already say they're not mindful. I should say what? They say, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. It's sent for what? For correction. It's sent for correction. They say, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness. So with all these things going on, they still not going to turn from the wickedness. You understand? They never want to cease from doing the evil that they continue to do on a daily basis. Right? You understand? So this is what it is. Right? Let's say, the say not be always mindful of the I said that I hear it say not to be always mindful of the scourges, right? So they're not mindful of it. Well,
2 years not 2 years ago. How much of a years ago? The old rule was on
5. You can say 5.
5. Look how we're going on now. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody remember what went on, what the government did to the people. Making certain things mandatory, whether they wanted to or not, they have to do this, you know, to be part of society, because that's basically what it was. If you don't take this, you can't go here, you can't go there, you can't take this, you can't do that, you can't go to work. So people who was against it, you know what they say? Oh, I believe, to feed my family, this, that, and the other, which is just a precursor to be able to speak. What they say, yeah, how to take this in order to go to work, just like what they do with the juice. You know what I mean? But people would remember that. You know, they wouldn't say, nah, something wrong. That's when they bring out things and make it mandatory. Hundreds of thousands of people dead in years after. And it all traced back to that. You understand? They wouldn't, as the scripture said, they wouldn't remember the scourges for correction. They'll be too caught up in what? In the ways of the world.
Well, yeah, and that is basically within the main focus on things of the world. The things they're not only the scriptures mentioned, they say when the Lord called, they refuse. You understand? And that's what they do. But let things of this world be taking place, and there's the first to be there. A party, a fete, a boat ride, some sort of wickedness has been done.
Political party thing,
you know,
rally.
Yeah. Them is the first to actually be there.
You know, convenience to salvation. You know, them is the biggest supporters. Jake is the biggest supporters. Biggest. What's the other for that free thing? Hey, Jake, you know, free court. They will give up their sanity. They will give up their soul for anything free, right?
Yep.
Well, just for the idea, they will give their soul for it. Just for the idea.
Just for the idea.
Yeah, just for the idea.
There's a thought, you know.
Of a better tomorrow in this kingdom.
And that's what it is operate now, but things ain't they're not going to happen because it have better to come.
They can't lock down the country.
Yeah.
How they lock down the country? Yeah. How the country will run? The next morning, as of midnight tonight.
Lockdown.
I say end the country.
That's so, huh?
And there's a perfect example about them not being mindful about the
scourges.
Go on there, right?
You understand? They just not keep it in remembrance.
I feel phone there now. You see that battery? I didn't see that battery there.
Nah, I didn't see the battery.